Hello. Um, I wanted to give an update on what I'm feeling is going on, and um, yeah, just just share a little bit about whatever comes out and see if it helps you. Um, I've been feeling that we are actually revisiting um, things that we have been tried and tested towards before, and we are seeing these lessons again, so that it's like the universe is checking out, like how do we get it, um, have we understood our lessons. I don't know why, but it seems like that, and the rise of the feminine was a thing again. The energy has been very, very present again. And what I can say about that is that she did, or it did, its thing, because um, it helped a lot of people to break through stuff that they just couldn't acknowledge. And the feminine energy is about being, and since she is both feminine and masculine, that is what feminine is about for now. Then many people, I got this told, I don't know if it's true, but this is the channeling I've got, and they told me that many people were actually showing themselves. Good or bad has nothing to do with this. What is happening is just that people are actually showing their true selves, and yeah, it has made a great impact on the order of things. And when people show themselves, others see also things about themselves, and it just creates these chains of reaction where things get unveiled quicker. And yeah, so yesterday I drew some cards, and I was going to make a video about it, but I was just very, very like in myself, and I couldn't do that. But what I saw was that there were so many crystals around, so many crystals, and it's like I've shared a bit on my Facebook about the Palantir stone. I have this friend that has been he died recently, and he was working with the Palantir stone, and this Palantir stone is quite expensive to get your hands on, and also it's very magical is what I'm seeing. I didn't know about it. I had never researched it much, but my friend was very wise, and he was working with shrooms on a very deep level, taking very high doses and doing a lot of work, which was actually, I think, showing a lot of potential and growth, and was helping us. So somehow he died. I have no idea. I haven't researched why. It's not my place to, because I don't want to like disturb anything. I don't feel that it's me. It's my place to do that. But what I do know is that the Palantir stone is also a thing for the elite, because there is this photograph with President Trump and the Saudi royals touching the stone, and it was this kind of agreement. I don't know what it was about. I mean, you're happy to. I mean, if you want to check it out, do it. But I think it's kind of a thing that the Palantir stone seems to be like organic artificial intelligence, kind of, because crystals, what I've been told, have a lot of stored information, as the internet has a lot of stored information on us. And now this AI, this artificial intelligence and blockchain technology that's coming, it's based on human consciousness, and human consciousness through action. So it's very, it's both dark and light, because human consciousness, through actions, is the most clear aspect of your true self, because your actions speak of who you have chosen to be in the here and now. I'm not saying that that is you only. You can have things within you that don't resonate, but you still do other things. Nevertheless, choices are made, and these choices creates us. This is why we only answer to ourselves and no one else, because it works like this. So the Palantir Stone seems to be the connection between the artificial intelligence and the organic intelligence, and the crystals are the organic storage of memory, and the blockchain technology would be the new technology that stores memory, and like the internet, and also, but because it runs a bit on how we move and do stuff already. But I think this blockchain technology is going to be way more advanced. I don't know how, because I'm no expert, but it just feels like it's gonna be important. And and I'm seeing all of this, like it's happening a lot, things are moving around, and I'm seeing a lot of fear in it, because we're trying to it's like we have seen our boats with the holes in it, and it's like the water is coming in, and we are trying to oh no, don't show that, and put something over this and that. But it's not, it doesn't work like that, because you need to fix the boat, not just cover it. Stupid analogy, whatever. It's been a strange day again, with a lot of energies. But yeah, so I wanted to talk more about seeing from surface and seeing from the heart. I've been trying to do this for a while now, but it's not working for me. But I'm gonna try again, and I'm gonna do it by showing you why I feel the what is not important, because the what is what shows us the matrix, or it can show us the matrix. So it's not dependable to just look at the what, as in what we do, as in what we stand for, what we eat, what we say, what we write. It doesn't matter. This is why opinions become so not important, because we cannot know. We simply cannot know. And to know, or to say that we know, we need to have answers to show why we can say that we know. And we can only know by living it. We can only know by experiencing it, because you can never know someone else's reality if you didn't allow yourself to live it, or to experience it, or to listen to it for real, and you can only do that through your heart, because the heart cares that much that it wants to know. And it's not into knowing for the sake of the ego self. in this, yeah, the ego self, because knowing through the mind is more about that. Not knowing through the mind is just knowing yourself, and every opinion you have is based on your opinion and what you see and feel and think. So it's not reliable enough. We cannot base our following others on listening to people that only speak from their own point of view. And this is where we actually are capable of showing it. It can be shown, because when we go deeper, when we just leave the what behind or aside, not behind, nothing is going to be left behind, but if we just leave it aside for a moment and we focus on the how, then we see or the why. The why. Let's take the why. The why is more about your deep why, like it's because it's more you, because when you look at the why, you ask yourself not what I'm doing, but what I'm doing, but why I'm doing it. So let's take, for instance, caring for animals. You can care for an animal, but it's why it's important, because people have animals, people speak of them, people care for them. But is it about the animal, or is it about the self, ego self? It's really funny, because all of this matrix construction is actually just based on the what, and it just shows it's showing so much its tail right now. Sorry to say tail, but I really feel that it's a tail somewhere. Because it has focused only upon how it looks. And this is very common to see in relationships where one is dealing with narcissists. And people like to tend to say, well, everyone is a narcissist at some level. Yeah, if you don't allow people to be true to themselves, and only your reality is the one that you see as valid and live by that truth, definitely everyone is a narcissist. But if we are people that actually try to know and give space to others and allow everyone to be themselves, and actually struggle a lot to be true to themselves as well, then no, I don't agree. And that's a very foul play to make people shut up, and to make them feel like this is nothing I can talk about, and it's bullshit, because not everyone is a narcissist. It's not true. I know people that fight for their right to speak, to have their own thoughts, give them validation, because they only know how to validate others, so that is not true. Maybe then in terms of that the person hasn't allowed itself to be, but it's like it's without substance, it's not what is trying to be intended to be said when you say, well, everyone is a narcissist, that's why we cannot speak about it. It's not true. It's just not true. Well, not for me, if I'm going to be diplomatic about it. Yeah, so the narcissist puts all its effort on the what, and constructs and constructs and constructs and takes pictures. And we can see this, in social media, where people have been living these perfect lives with the perfect families, and they have the car, they have the house, the family, the animals. And what do you know? Everything is bullshit. Then one day someone comes out and say, well, we're divorced or whatever. Some people actually really have been through a lot of shit, and it just comes out. And to do this towards a narcissist, or do to a person that doesn't allow other realities to be, this is very painful, because it's all it knows, because it never was strong enough to go deeper, because deeper are wounds, and deeper are difficulties and darkness that it hasn't seen or wanted to see. So yeah, that the narcissist never looks at the what or the why, because the what is, I mean, if you have spent a lifetime to create this facade, and the, I mean, and the how, and the how is, it's based on forcing others to live your reality to the extent that you hurt them, because eventually you hurt people by just living your reality as your own, and but not as your own, but as everyone else's. You force people to live your truth, because that's the only thing that is comfortable enough for you. So that is painful for people, and I'm not even sure that people are aware of this, how painful it actually is. But it is painful, and it is narcissistic, and it is not okay. It's not, this is not part of the universal laws. You're not, this is not cool at all. And because the how can go very, very high lengths, it can go very low, okay, to just to maintain this, to maintain the facade, to maintain the thing you created. Like, look at society now. We don't even know who to rely on. We don't know who to trust. We're just grasping for everything, for anything, and corrupting ourselves, like wanting to see, like, now, sorry to be repeating myself, but President Trump and all of this, and he's the good guy, and Bill Gates is the bad guy. It's like look at it, it's okay, I get it. It's painful to see that both are bad guys, but it's not about bad or good. It's about what they did. It's about creates energy and truth, so there's no need to be so emotional about it. If you actually are seeking more of an objective truth, you need to be open that there is more to the story than you want it to be. This is why courage is a big part of it. And this is why dragons are back. Because dragon energy doesn't care about these things. Dragon energy is part of the divine feminine energy, because she's both, and she is universal, or multiverse, even. So the dragons don't care about human pettiness. It's above that. So or below or beside, it doesn't matter. It's like, it's very important to not get stuck on language, because language has its incredible depth also. And it's actually, language has been a way for me to see a lot of truths that are just out there, you know. They're very blunt about it. You can just seek for the true meaning of the words, not the meaning that you were taught, but like go into the dictionaries and check, you know. Most of the time words have deep meaning, and they're like telling you, we are messing with you, you know, we're lying to you, and this is actually not this, this is this, and like that, you know. So yeah, so I got off my topic a bit, but I was talking about the how, because the how is more of a truth. If you are to set up a facade and the how is painful towards others or yourself, well, your how has more to do it with your truth than your what's, right? Because if you say that you love someone, you cannot hurt people, you know. If you say, for example, if you create something and you hurt others by doing it, you're not, it doesn't matter what it says, it is, you know. I mean, if you're loving animals, or if you are a vegan, or if you have some kind of opinion, but you are separating with the rest of humanity for it, well, your opinion has not much depth, you know. It's that is how you can see that it's about the ego and not about the topic in itself. It's, yeah. And the why, well, that's your secret, you know. No one can know the why. The why is the answer to yourself. The why, you can say, you can tell about your why, but no one will ever know. No one will ever know. People can have hunches, people can say, yeah, but I feel that it's something different. But since we're not allowed to fight about our opinions, we will never know. Instead, we will have to see for ourselves by creating bridges between us and opening up for more dialogue, understanding, and this creates effort. We need to be more effort, have more effort, because everything is so easy nowadays. You know, we just think and we just have opinions and we just throw it like anything, and it's hurting, it's separating, it's not worth it. They are actually, they have, I mean, we have created an entire world based on false what's, how's, and why's, and it's falling apart because of that. It's falling apart like because it doesn't have foundation. It doesn't have integrity. It's like I was talking today with someone special to me, and we were talking about races, and I said, actually, I don't feel even that like races are, nothing is like it looks today, you know. Being a native today is not anymore about where you were born, because everything can get through, you know. Society is kind of everywhere, you know, and with all the people that travel, and yeah, I mean, things get shared, and we can say contaminated, but I don't like that word. I mean, it's sharing, you know. It's sharing wisdom, sharing lessons, because we can see this as contamination, but we can see it as a lesson. It's a choice. And maybe we needed the upgrade, you know. Maybe we needed people to start moving around and showing differences, and maybe we were not that good at at working those differences. And maybe that's why we're here. Because today, it doesn't matter where you come from. A native is not something you look like anymore. A native, you act like it. Natives are about, for me, nature. And nature is about having respect and waiting and nurturing and walking the ground. You talk about, like knowing yourself, knowing your nature, knowing your heart, knowing your heritage, not your heritage from blood, your heritage, what you taught what you have learned from your ancestors or your family or whatever. Anyone can be a native today. Anyone can be a whitey today. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, let's get out of that boxed perception of race and color and borders. It's boring, because we have broken through so much of that already, and we're not seeing it because we're trying to stay in the old. We're trying to stay in old perceptions and ways that we were taught, but we have actually made such a breakthrough in matter already. And this is what I was being shown in with the crystals and the Palantir stone, because this bridge has been made, and we light workers, or whatever you want to call it, people that want to help this world be a better place, basically, we are being asked to meditate with crystals now. And because there's a lot of information coming in, and your hearts, if you are in your heart space, you can actually connect to these crystals and gain information or send it out. If you want, you can check out the Palantir stone, look at it in a picture or whatever, and visualize it, and take your crystal and connect to it. Because I think it could things can happen. I'm gonna try it myself. I haven't done it yet, but I was thinking of doing it. But yeah, anyway, so everything, I mean, I was talking to my daughter the other day about this as well. Family, for instance, family is nothing. Family, I mean, I had a lot of lessons with family, painful ones, and because I was in a relationship where blood was everything, and it's not, because that means that you can beat your children, that means that you can do whatever you want just because you're family, you're supposed to stick together. That is not a good teaching. That is nothing that is good for the human beings on earth today to accept, and we have been infiltrated. We have all kinds of species in our families today because we are learning things. We are learning to love ourselves, and we have infiltrated each other. We are not, that is why maybe a lot of people feel that they are not part of their families, the black sheeps, because we actually are different for real. We see things with other eyes. We have different perceptions of life. It doesn't have to be necessarily family, blood related. To be family you do, family you act, family is something you create by your actions, how you treat each other. That is family. Same goes for hierarchy. Hierarchy is something that is about integrity, not blood, not what family you were born into. That's ridiculous. I mean, how can we even support this bullshit? I mean, hierarchy is something so beautiful. Hierarchy is about your own, like, that's the game of life, like your competition towards yourself, not anyone else but yourself, and how you choose to move around in this world, knowing that you are one with all. That is where hierarchy is. How you treat others, how you treat yourself, with what integrity. And hierarchy is for everyone. It's open for everyone. Everyone can sit on a throne. You just have to act like it. has nothing to do with blood. Has nothing blood. I mean, we need to get out of that, because what I'm seeing is that this other energy has dominion of matter. Okay, I had a ceremony once where I did this big ceremony where I deprogrammed a very big programming for the collective whole, and I felt like I was dying, my head was exploding and all of that, and it took a long time, and they were just they said, we're so sorry, it's taking a long time, just hold on, just know that you're not gonna die, and just hold on. And I did. I held out. But when it was over, um, she told me several things. Like, it was like rewards, I guess, to soothe my heart, and something like that. And one thing she told me was that you do not look like you're supposed to look, because we are supposed to look as our hearts. And I got to see myself like this incredibly beautiful being. And I got to see one of my sisters sitting in ceremony with me, and she was not, I mean, she's a beautiful being, but oh my God, when I saw her, she was like so beautiful. I couldn't even imagine someone could be that beautiful ever. So matter is hijacked, you guys. Matter is hijacked. We are not, and this what we are doing, like fixing ourselves, and um, yeah, like with operations, and like shaming our bodies. And I get it, I get it, because we actually are like feeling the truth of who we are, and we are not how we look. But I guess what ayahuasca was trying to tell me is that in a fair world, um, we look like we act, because even age is hijacked, because I'm from South America, and in South America we're taught that we are supposed to take care of our elderly. And being old is only about you age because you have a lot of dense energies within which you have not taken care of. And I actually highly believe this. I feel this. So I think, I mean, I'm not saying that people that don't take care of their energies can look old, because I do believe they can. I mean, myself, I don't think that I look like I maybe should. But that's because everything is not as it's supposed to, because energy, matter is hijacked. I mean, no, it's not hijacked. It's more like matter is theirs in a way. The density, the material matter is theirs, and we have the creation mother, the life force. But there had to be this togetherness of both, because light dissolves and darkness is dense. And I'm actually seeing that we cannot experience one with the other, but we cannot be the same either. And this resonates because as human beings, we're unique, but we're the same, So equally valid, but different kind of thing. So I would suggest, I've been tapping into this a little bit. I'm gonna just say it. I think we have like 2 sources or something, maybe. I can't be wrong, But I think that we are supposed to merge, and that is what is happening now. Because I felt my archetype has a lot to do with mother, and when something happens in the organic, I feel it a lot, and I felt this this change. I felt it, and I've experienced a lot of artificial intelligence kind of feelings lately. But at the same time, I've been feeling my womb, I've been feeling my body, I've been feeling my, yeah. So it's like it's this morphing, or like it's a combination. It's just, it's making the bridge, you know, or something. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't say I know everything at all, you know. I'm just sharing what my heart tells me and what I get to know at times. But yeah, I mean, and this is what I mean, you know, because Age of Aquarius is actually about bridging between us. We are supposed to create heaven on earth, and heaven on earth is duality. Before we experience separation, now we're into duality. So it's gonna take people. We have to cooperate, you know, because this is also healing. It's healing because before we have been competing between each other, and now we are going to learn to compete towards ourselves, not others. All because we are others, and we cannot do that because that creates a separation. So we will learn to be sovereign. We will learn to be sovereign together. We will learn to be the one together. So Age of Aquarius is a lot about like a puzzle, and we're finding the pieces of the puzzle, and we're weaving together things, you know, because we are the one together as well, not just the one within us, but the one with others. And we need to, the more of others we take into our reality, that is how we come into the multiverse, to work with the multiverse and not just one single universe. So yeah, what is up right now is revisiting a lot of teachings, old teachings that we handle in one way, either through our emotions or our mental capacity. But now we are asked to integrate, if we have been mental, the heart, and if we have been too much in the heart, the mental. So we become wiser. And yeah, I hope we make it, you know, because but that will imply to look at especially other realities that we are not so keen to look at. And I have to repeat myself in that, because it's these times are auspicious as fuck. And just remember that our leaders today all have blood on their hands, so we're not waiting for them, we're waiting for us. How we do that after we have established the administration that we have today worldwide will be another topic. But first and foremost, we need to stand up as united as one and say no more. That is what we need to do now, and quick. That we need to understand that ruling like they had before is not going to work. It's not. It's over with. This is the old. We have to take into consideration history, the now, and the future. Inclusion of all to see the bigger picture. And always see also separation, the bad, and the good. Everything. Just look at it, and together we will find solutions. But now it's just crucial to just say no to these people. Yeah, whatever. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped you. I hope I'm not repeating myself too much. But the thing is with spirituality, it is quite simple, and when it's not, it's to adorn your ego. There, I said it. Okay, bye bye.